Hi, this is Darman. Welcome to another Minecraft Let's Play video. In this video series, I'm showing you how to build Stampy's house. And in the last video, we built the main part of the library. How cool is this? It looks exactly like Stampy's. I'm pretty sure anyway. And yeah, there it is. In this video, we're going to be completing this room. We're going to be building this fireplace, and we're going to build the redstone. I know, redstone.
Redstone alert, redstone alert, redstone alert.
Okay, so we are going to be doing the redstone. If you feel like it, you can just not build the redstone and just block it up and do whatever you want. But we're going to do the redstone contraption to get to the hallway. We're going to build the hallway that goes back to the secret room. So let's get started with the chimney. Now the chimney is going to, well, actually, you know what? Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just do the inside first. We're going to build this surround here. Oh, I should mention, this is 2 blocks wide, this fireplace, the interior of it, that is. It gets centered right between these two bookcases, so there should be 6 blocks in between each of these two. So you just pick the two, the middle two, and then knock out a 2x2 area there. So then just kind of make a little, thing over top of it, and then for the last 3 blocks, just add some cobblestone. Sorry, I said oops. Somebody said, stop saying oops. I'll try. But I make a lot of mistakes, so I don't know what else to say. I don't want to say any bad words. Okay, this room is wood. I did mention in the last video that even though this is just regular wood planks, it should not catch fire as long as we have something in between the wood and it. If it was lava, that would be different, but this is just netherrack, so it should be okay. I have my own version I built of this in my Stampy's Lovely World remake, and I've had no problems with it, my house burning to a crisp doing this. So, but we do want to get rid of some of this for cobblestone. We want to bring this out. I'm going to put right underneath the surround there. We're just going to case that with, we're going to finish that surround underneath, and that way it makes sure that it's there's definitely no wood underneath where the floor is. I would caution you against, even this stuff here I see peeking out. I don't really trust this sort of stuff, so I'm just going to get rid of it and replace it with stone, because you know what? I'm just not willing to take that risk, and I would hate to hear a story where somebody said, oh, I built the thing and I burnt my house down. Anyway, so we don't want that. I guess I kind of took a little too much away here. Where's that wood? We'll put that. I need all this stuff. Nuts. Here we go. That's fine. Whatever. So we just want to build the cobblestone even with this surround that we just made. And then we're going to do 1 row more in front of that. And then we're going to put half slabs here and here to sort of finishes off the look. And since I'm out here, I'm going to put the lever down. And now, since the update, I noted this in the last video, that whichever way you face is how the lever faces, and this is the direction that the lever faces, goes this way. And specifically, when it's in the pointing to the right towards the fireplace, this is where everything should be already extended and closed up, and it should be looking like a normal fireplace. When we switch it this way, that's when it should open up and do it that way. So that's what we're going to do here. And in fact, I'm going to knock out part of this wall to make this part of this build easier, so we can sneak in and out and show you what's going on. But before that, we need to build a chimney. Now the chimney is going to go right above the netherrack, which is going to go right here. The netherrack is even with the wall. If you could imagine that. This is the wall here, so it goes right even with the wall. And the chimney goes, actually, we bust apart the wall here, but you can't see it because of this here. You don't see that, it's not a big hole in the wall. So we're just going to take that all the way up here, and we're going to extend it way up there, and it's going to end up coming out above the ground, which we will eventually put in there. That's near the clubhouse. So let's just do that. So let's see here. We want it to look all kind of the same inside here. So we're going to do these bottom 3 blocks are going to be cobblestone. You don't want to go up any higher than that to replace it, because you're going to start destroying, these blocks here, and then but those are supposed to be smooth stone. So here we go. Okay, so, but we can, we replace these just so that any kind of, casual looking in here will see, oh, it's cobblestone. You won't see smooth stone here or here. Okay, so this just needs to be extended up. I would extend it up like, it doesn't matter if it's perfect at this point. Just do like 3 or 4 above where we've kind of worked before, and we'll get it sorted out perfectly. And when we get to that point in the videos where we're doing the clubhouse, we're doing this ground that kind of comes out here. So it only sticks up 2 blocks above the ground, and we're not going to worry about the math at this point. It's just not necessary. So let's extend these sides up. There, that's good. Now this is the back side of the fireplace. I'm not gonna go all the way down because we're going to put redstone stuff here. So let's just say right here where the top of the opening is. Oh, I don't need to go out that far. So just sort of even with this row here, that'll be fine for our purposes today. We're just going to bring this all the way up. Whoop. Just make a little tunnel here, which is absolutely unnecessary as far as the workings of the fireplace, but it's fairly accurate to a real fireplace. Oops, did I just... something looked like it went wrong there. Yeah, it did. There we go. Now you can see it's kind of left this sort of opening here, but we're still going to cover this up to finish off the chimney as it comes up, because this is how the chimney's going to look, once it's surrounded by it. There's going to be dirt around here and so forth. And if you go down inside the chimney, you can go ahead and break out anything that doesn't look like cobblestone that's this high up. It's not going to affect anything that's in the room. You can see there's nothing. This is the underside of something else, the bathroom or something. I don't know, whatever it is. So at this point, that's the chimney done. You'll see there's some smooth stone in here, which ideally we'd like to have that cobblestone all the way up. But there's a couple of videos where you can get a glimpse from Stampy's videos that you can see up into the chimney, and you'll see he has smooth stone there as well, because you kind of have to, because in order to still maintain this as being smooth stone out here. So this is the fireplace as it stands, and this is correct inside, and we've got this chimney going all the way up. Woo! Here we go. So now we're going to have to dig out some of this in order to get pistons underneath this nether rack. So I'm just going to kind of quickly dig out. I'm going to go down like 2 or 3 blocks here. More than I need. I'll end up probably putting some of this back in order to make this work, but I want to dig out enough so that you can see what it is that I'm doing. And I'm going to try to take this as slow as possible without putting you to sleep. And I'm just going to fill this in. So this is I've dug down 2 here. That should be plenty to get this done. So we need some sticky pistons. Oh, I already have them on me. Now the sticky pistons are going to have to go 2 blocks below these. Once I activate them, they'll come up and they'll be like, they'll stick to those 2, and then they'll go up and down with them. But that's where they need to be right now. In fact, what we can do is just kind of activate them with some redstone torches temporarily. And then, you can see that they are now stuck to the sticky things. And the other blocks that need to be moved during the process of opening this door are these cobblestones, not these, that we're going to put a couple of more out here. But you're going to put a sticky piston here and here. So let's you're going to leave 1 block empty here and put a sticky piston that's facing towards you. You always want to, however you put it, it's going to be facing towards you. So, like that, you don't obviously want that. So you have to face kind of this direction in order to make that work. And then just going to put a couple of cobblestones here, and we're going to repeat the same thing on this side. Sticky pistons here and here, and put some cobblestone there. So when all this gets activated, these are going to be pushed in one block, which will take up that opening. That'll make that completely closed off, and these will be raised up level with this, and that's all that needs to happen. So now we need to get the electricity that is currently being generated by this, which you can't really tell, but pushing it to the right activates all the electricity that's, oh dear, it's getting dark. We're just going to keep working in the dark, people. We're working in the dark. I forgot to turn the daylight thing. Oh, that's all right. We got plenty of light here. Pull in here and here and here, and that'll be good. So, sorry. So we need to get at the electricity that's coming from that block. I'm going to break a couple of things away, and we can put some things back later, but I need to illustrate what's happening here. When you flip that switch, which it currently is flipped, this block right here is being energized with electricity. So anything next to it is getting energized with electricity. So in other words, if I put a piece of redstone here, boop, you see it's already lit up. And that's why. If I put it below it, it's being activated. This, what the seemingly empty block, is being activated because that redstone is considered to be part of this empty block that's touching what's being driven with electricity. But the other thing is, it's all so right next to it like this. So even though this is here and it's not underneath this switch, it's right next to this block that is, currently charged with electricity. So that's good. That's going to help us move the electricity around from here and have it come all the way up into both sets of pistons. So let's look at that again. I'm going to break this floor a little bit so I can get in here. So this is what you want to have here. You want to put that switch there. It's going to sit on the floor, and then right kind of, not below it, but next to it, you're going to want to put the redstone. You could do it a couple of different ways, but I'm asking you to do it this way because of a different option I'm going to give you in a second when we do this. And it won't work any other way than to have that be there. So I won't be able to fix that floor right now, but that's okay. So we need to run some electricity up to these pistons and to these pistons. Now the cool part about redstone is that it energizes not only where it's pointing into, like in this case, let's see here, it will activate this block, and since it's touching this block, this is activated, and anything next to it is going to get activated. In other words, this one. So if you want to activate two pistons, you just have to run electricity into the top one. That's the bottom line. But I'm trying to explain why it works, which is maybe more than you need. But that is all you need to do. You don't need to run electricity into both of them, just the top one, and it'll do two, only two. If there's a third one like below it, it's not gonna do it. So, but this is great for doing two. I need to get some steps going up to this area. Actually, before we do that, let's activate these pistons here. Now, we need to have a little kind of step down for this. We're going to run a little redstone down here. Oh no, we can't do it that way. We have to have it going this direction, and that'll make more sense in a little bit. Because we're going to do an option where we're going to do some fire starter thingies to help relight the fire. You want to have it go step down, in this case to the right, so that we want this string of redstone to be pointing into this block. We don't want this to come out this way, or else the next step is not going to work. Okay, so we just need to kind of bring this out far enough so that we can build little steps here for our redstone. That's going to go up there. Okay, so down, down, down in there. Okay, well, we actually don't even need that one. So the redstone's going to kind of go up these stairs, and then boom. Oh, and you can see it's already extended these two pistons. The redstone is going to come over here, and we can't do this because it won't activate them. What you have to do is use Da, 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 redstone repeaters. This is another amazing use for the redstone repeaters. Is not only does it extend the power, but it also directs the power very specifically in a direction right into those two blocks. So that's going to enable those two. And then we just need to kind of build another structure over here. A little staircase for this redstone to get to that side, and that should get it right into there. So let's just build. So to review, we're coming out, starting from the switch. We're coming, from our perspective, you're coming out towards us. Okay, this space doesn't really need to be there. I'm just knocked it out to be able to get in and out of here easier. So that comes down here. It's got to come out, and part of it's going to go down here to these two. And it's got to have repeaters. That's the only way you can have electricity next to each other without it like making this little connection thing here. Because when it does that, it's going around in this circle, and you need it to go, in to these blocks. And this is the best way to achieve that. So then it just needs to kind of step up, up, up into the top one there. And over here, steps up, up, up into the top one there. So I'm going to hold my pose right here so that you can see exactly what's happening here. And if you wanted to pause it or take a note or take a picture or whatever to save this, because now I'm going to show you that it should operate as Stampys does. Okay, there we go. It opened up. It lowered the two nether racks, which will extinguish the fire automatically for some reason. And to the right, everything's extended, and it looks like a normal fireplace, and no one would suspect that it's a secret fireplace, except for the fact that there's a humongous lever right next to it that gives the whole thing away. Anyway, so we're going to keep that closed for now. So if you wanted to do the authentic fireplace, Stampy fireplace, this is it. You're done. You don't have to do anything more as far as the redstone. However, he has to manually relight his nether rack every time he comes in and out of this place, and if you want to do that, that's fine. But there's a fairly simple option to help relight it since he originally built it. There was an option a long time ago, I guess it wasn't that long ago, that gave us a new item called stop pressing the wrong button. There we go. Fire charges. Fire charges, which I'll stick over here. No, it didn't work. There. Shoot out, basically a way to kind of shoot fire to light this, relight this. And if we grab a dispenser, which I don't know why I didn't grab in the first place, we'll put that here. We can put dispensers right next to the netherrack, like where they'll be flat with the floor. In other words, whoops. And let's see, let's put half my fire charges in here. You can fill these up with fire charges, of course, which I would recommend, because that way you won't ever have to worry about it, because that'll be more than enough fire charges for a long, long time. So we need to activate these when the rest of the redstone activates. Now the good news is that this one here, since it's touching this block, it's already going to be energized by this. So this does two things. It not only brings the electricity out this way, it sends it right into this block, which will activate this one. However, this side needs a little bit of help. We need to, oops, no, I need a block here. So we need to put electricity into this block to do the same thing. We could run it directly up into it, but it's just a little unnecessary, unnecessarily hard to do that. So we just connect it to that. That's fine like that. So this, I just kind of put a block in here, and you just need to run that. And you just want to make sure that this line of redstone is going straight into this block. You don't want it to come out this way. That would not be helpful at all. This empty block doesn't matter. I'm just going to fill that in anyway. So now with just that little addition, when we close this, poof, it relights itself automatically, and you have to have one on each side, otherwise it doesn't light both. This one actually ends up lighting this block over here, and this one ends up lighting this block over here. I don't know why. you go. So you come in the room, and this should be pointed to the right towards the fireplace, and it's going, you know, nice fire, crackle, crackle. And you open it, and poof, there'll be the secret hallway behind here. And when you come back out, close it up, and no one's the wiser. And you do see them sitting there, which is sort of, it's not the greatest. It's sort of ugly, but I thought about trying to push them back a block, but then that would put them right here, and then you'd see them there. So that's about the less of the two evils that I can think of. So you can decide whether you want to have those or just leave it exactly like Stampy's is and have it be, you know, truly authentic. But that is, you know, an option there, which I find helpful, and that's what I did in my particular version of Stampy's World. So let me just fix this floor in here. Oops. And we'll fix the wall, and then we'll just open it up regular and begin work on the back hallway. Get down there. Okay, so on this side, we just need to start extending this floor out, and we're gonna have to dig some of this out. Let me just get a little cobblestone here. Finish that off. We're gonna need some smooth stone. We're gonna need some iron block. We're gonna need an iron door and a pressure plate. Some torches. Always need torches. Speaking of torches, I did turn that off, right? Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so let's just finish this wall off with a cobblestone block on the bottom of each one, and then underneath that, we're going to start building our floor for our hallway. We can build 4 out here, and I've run into my little wall here. I'm just going to dig out the middle because that's all you're going to see. You can dig out more if you want. I don't know how far I have to dig back yet, but that's okay. Oh, look, you can see you can see some old redstone from an old video back there. Hiding from some old video that I did. I think it was my 1,000 subscriber video. Okay, so let's just we're going to bring this out a total of 10 from right from here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I should do it from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that'll get us all the way down the corridor to the iron door. So this corridor is going to be 3 high. Do that on both sides. Then we can. Don't need to do the corners. It's up to you if you really want to. If you want to, put it here as well. Let's knock yourself out there. Okay, so this is the hallway. So we just need to put a torch on each side, just here and here and there. That's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. They're exactly like his. Let's see. So then we just need to build a little surround here. Oops. For his steel door, which is the door's on this side, so it's not really, there's no way to center it. So you come down the hallway, you want to be able to see the iron blocks looking like this, and you want to have iron blocks in here as well. There should be a torch here. You're going to want to put the iron door in from this side, not the other. Don't come out here and try to put the door down. That's not going to help you much. I put that down there, and then the pressure plate goes right in front of it, and then boom, open up. Now we're about to go out there, and we're not going to be able to get back in, but that's okay. We'll be able to fix that in a little bit. So we need to dig this out a little bit more to put this. It's gold and lapis room, the actual secret room, which is why we're here in the first place, to build this lapis room. We're going to build. Speaking of which, let's get some gold, some lapis, some gold. We need a diamond block, and we're going to need a chest. So we want to put a lapis right here in front of this one here. And then we're just going to, doesn't really matter what block we put here, but we want to put gold next to it going up, and then lapis here on top and gold here. You just want to make sure you're alternating that pattern there. So these will become the room walls in the back. So let's see, we need to have gold here. So once you have that iron block, you've got lapis, gold. This is where the chest is going to go. So we're going to put that, I'll put gold below it. And a chest on there. Then we're going to put a diamond on top of there in just a minute. But let's finish this floor here. This is going to be 3x3 room. And it's only going to be 2 high, but that's okay. Still good enough. And in the videos, he notes that he did mine all this legitimately. He did not actually do what we're doing. So the key to this room is that you don't want to have lapis touching lapis or gold touching gold. So we want gold. Oh wait, how did we do this? How did I do that? Hold on a second. That just, if I put, so this is supposed to be like gold here. I'm just using gold below it. That's just, you can put any block below it if you want. Lapis here. I guess it does touch. Yeah. It does touch. I forgot it does touch here on these corners. Oops. Put that there. Gold here. Lapis here and gold there. Doesn't matter what we put there, but we want to have lapis here and gold here. So come in this room. You've got lapis as the first thing that's part of the doorway. It's the bottom of the doorway. So you want to have gold surrounding the chest. And then like in the corners, you're going to have gold next to each other here, lapis here, and it's going to be the same. All 4 corners are going to be that. The gold's on the bottom, lapis is on top, and then just fill in gold around there. And then for the ceiling, it's basically the same thing. I have to kind of get this, put that layer to make that fill in. Basically, the ceiling is opposite of the floor. It's going to have lapis here, 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 and gold in the middle. And now it's very dark in here. There we go. Oh, and now we're stuck. I need my pressure plate back. Where are you? I must have gotten rid of it. Okay, so pressure plate goes right on the lapis here, so you can go in and out. And we need a block of diamonds, so we're going to use our trick of using, I want to say squatting. There we go. Place that right on top of there. There we go. There's our diamond block right in the middle. So let's review this. We got netherrack here, another block here. We got 10 more pieces, 10 to, the quarter's like 10 more long here. We got this iron surround to this doorway. And the doorway is actually 2 blocks thick. So the first one, if you just put this lapis down first, everything kind of falls into place after that, as far as the bottom floor design. And then here, you're just going to double up the gold and double up the lapis here. And then the ceiling is exact opposite of the floor as a result, just because of the pattern. And diamond block on. I remember he's got some diamond and stuff in the chest. You can decide what you want to put in there, or if you want to put something of your own in there. But that's it. That is the room done. The little room is done back here. We have done the corridor. We have done the redstone. And now when we come out of here, we can do this, and it relights, and that's that. but it's not that easy, is it? He also has a way to... He made a button over here to escape if somebody closes that. But honestly, I've never got that thing to work right. I hate to say that in one of these so-called instructional videos. But I find it kind of impractical anyway, because if you're going in here, what you want to do is you say, okay, I've released this. Then you go in here, and in case somebody else comes in the room, you want to close this up so that they don't see that. Kind of like down in the nether room, that same corridor, it's the same exact idea. So what we can do is make this simple. We can put a lever like... I'm going to have to destroy some blocks here so I can see what I'm doing. We can put a lever right... well, this will do. Oh, that's a little expensive of a block to put. I'm just going to build this out. Want something to stand on. Oops. I'm going to put a lever right here. And we're going to run redstone dust just right into everything else that's already happening here. Boop, there we go. And that's it. So once we've come through here, everything's deactivated. I do this, everything is reactivated. That closes up, and I can do my business in my little bank vault here, and I come back out, click the switch, and I can escape, which to me is just eminently more practical than the other one, because that way you can close this one now, and you're good to go. So I can open it, come in here, quickly close it so that anyone following behind me won't know where I've gone unless they see my gamer tag. And I'll cover this up here. Then I can do my thing, come back here, open this up quickly, go through here, and before anybody sees, I can run back out and do my thing. So the only problem with this is if you close this, let's say you're in here and you close that, and this is all closed. If somebody comes out here and does that, you'll not be able to get out. But it's the same thing in the nether room, the hallway. So you can decide whether you want to do it this way. If you want to, figure out how to do Stampy's button here, it would run redstone over to here, but it would be so fast. I've not been able to get it to slow down long enough to let me get out. So it just does it super duper fast. Because let's say we just turn this into a button. Let me grab a button here. It will do the exact same thing. Well, it would have to be, closed, but it's hard for me to get it to do it. But I don't want to crouch here. Let's put the lever back. I think this is an improvement. Oh, see, this is the problem I was talking about. All right, this is open. This is closed. I open this up. Then I can. What did I break? Oh, I put it on the wrong block. That's the problem. Not that one. This one. Oh, and I got rid of my stone too. Come on, Dave, get it together here. Okay, here we go. Boom. Secretness happening. I love it. It is cool. It is fun to have stuff like that in your house. So there it is. There is Stampy's house with the library added. We've got the redstone done in here. I hope you didn't find that too painful, but if you have questions, let me know. But if you pause the video at that one point where I showed you everything, I think it's going to be okay. I think you're going to be okay. And now this still looks like a mess. This is all going to be covered up with dirt. This is a big mountain that's going to be over all this. You're not going to see any of it. It's all going to be hiding in there, so don't worry about that at all. So that's it. Thanks for watching. This is Darman68 signing off, and I'll see you next time. Bye.